Hi everyone, it's Nono here, and this is a quick video on how to create a Laravel app from scratch. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is that we're going to go to our terminal and run a few commands, but we're going to open the Laravel site first, so you can see what Laravel actually is. Okay, Laravel is called the PHP framework for web artisans. I believe, at least in my personal opinion, a lot of people are used to the old PHP and people don't like the Laravel. There's a lot of people who got used to developing WordPress and they don't like WordPress, but that doesn't mean that they don't like PHP. PHP has a lot more modern features that it used to have, and Laravel is one of the frameworks that I believe makes it shine again. You can read some of the documentation to know why Laravel exists, right? There are a lot of frameworks, but Laravel seems to be the best choice to build modern full-stack web applications, at least if you're doing it with PHP. It's progressive, you can just implement a few things, you don't need to use the entire thing. It's really scalable and it runs really well for production. If you want to get started, there's a lot of documentation online, but I'm just going to show you the basic commands. There's two things. One is Composer, which I already have installed, and you can go and install at getcomposer.org. And here you have the installations on how to install it, so the instructions on how to install it and download it to your machine. And I already have that. And then through Composer, you can also install the Laravel app, which I have installed on my machine. There are two ways to create an application running Laravel. The first one is to use Composer. So we do Composer, create project, Laravel/Laravel, and then the name of our application. I'm going to do app with Composer, and that's going to create an application with the latest stable version of Laravel on our computer, which is in the folder that you can see here. And now what you can see here on the terminal is that it's going to be resolving the dependencies of Laravel, in this case Laravel 8.5.20, and it's going to be installing them. This is similar to the Node package manager, right? Composer is the package manager of Laravel. It also allows you to create applications, and as you can see, all of this that was running here was installing different versions of these packages that Laravel needs to run. So we now have even encryption key set on our application, and we have a lot of packages that were auto-discovered. We're not going to look at the application yet. We're going to use Laravel to do the exact same thing. So this is different. So instead of create a project with Composer, we run Laravel new app with Laravel. This is the name of the application that I'm created. And we see a slightly different visualization, but in the end of the day, we do the same thing. It pulls Laravel 8.5.20, and now it updates all of the required dependencies. After this happens, it also discovers some packages and generates a key. It has one message that is a bit different, right? So now we have our two applications. So we have one that we've built with Composer and one we've built with Laravel. They're going to be really similar. I think if we look at the size, they're actually exactly the same. So the same amount of files, the same amount of bytes and megabytes. So either way, Laravel is a nicer helper, but you choose whatever you want to use for this. So I can go to the one that I built with Laravel, for example, and look at the directory so we can see what it's in there. And we can also list the one that we made with Composer. And we see, again, the contents are the same. Cool. So now that we have this, I'm going to go into the app directory. I'm going to open it with Visual Studio Code, and we're going to take a look at how to run this Laravel application. I hope you enjoyed this video. This was a brief view on how to create a Laravel app, and you can watch the next video to see how to actually run it and expose it on your browser, either with PHP Artisan or with Valet. Thanks a lot for watching. It was Nono here, and I'll see you next time.